Some South Korean conservatives staged a rally on Friday in front of the U.S. Embassy in Seoul to protest progressive President Moon Jae-in's efforts to pursue a peace deal with the repressive North Korean government that they say cannot be trusted.
They only talked very vaguely about the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. What concerns me the most is the lack of transparency between Kim Jong-un and President Moon.
But the vast majority of South Koreans support Moon's persistent diplomatic efforts to facilitate denuclearization talks between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump. At the recent Inter-Korean summit, Moon got Kim to affirm a broad commitment to rid the Korean Peninsula of nuclear weapons that opened the door for Trump and Kim to negotiate a more detailed agreement to end North Korea's nuclear program when they meet in Singapore in June. However, uncompromising positions recently voiced by U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton demanding the North's unilateral disarmament, and by North Korea in response canceling further talks with the South and threatening to pull out of the summit with the U.S., have put the prospects for continued diplomatic progress in jeopardy. President Trump has tried to reassure the North Korean leadership that a nuclear deal would not weaken the Kim government, but would bolster it.
This would be with Kim Jong-un something where he'd be there, he'd be in his country, he'd be running his country. His country would be very rich.
But analysts say Trump and Kim's unconventional approach to diplomacy by rushing to meet before a deal is worked out runs the risk of being undermined by hardline elements in their governments.
And I think there are questions in both Pyongyang and Washington about how the leaders are connected to their own bureaucracies. Maybe we're seeing evidence of that question even today.
President Moon, who will soon meet with Trump in Washington, has said he will try to moderate differences between the U.S. and North Korea over how to achieve denuclearization, while also giving the Kim government the security guarantees and sanctions relief it wants. But Pyongyang has also taken on a more harsh tone with Seoul, with a high-level negotiator calling the South Korean government ignorant and incompetent, denouncing U.S.-South Korean military drills underway and threatening to halt all inter-Korean talks. There are also concerns that China may have encouraged North Korea to take a more gradual approach to denuclearization by promising to ease sanctions no matter the outcome of the summit. Brian Padden, VOA News, Seoul.